Hey people of VC, it's Andy Cloudy Mulder. Thought I would jump in with a last minute contest entry to Aaron Mutha Alamer. I think that's how we pronounce his name. Fairly new guy, absolutely fantastic collection. He recently showed this heavy metal vinyl haul. He picked up a collection and honestly is probably the best haul I have ever seen anybody show ever. Completely took my breath away. I'll in an early video, he talks about the reason behind his name. But whenever I see the Mutha that he says, I think of Mother. And I always think of this set of compilations, Metal for Mothers, rather than Muthas, but Metal for Mothers, Volume 1, Volume 2, and this extra EP that came in as well. And there was three Metal for Mothers releases, and that ties in with this contest slightly. But he wants us to show at least one record, CD or cassette from 8 bands that released 3 or fewer artists. He threw a couple of optional stipulations in there around it being hard rock and metal only, mine are, or each artist has to have at least one release in the 80s or 90s. Now I could have done this entry really easily with just 80s bands, to be honest, but I've decided to throw in a couple of more modern bands. But these are bands that it's not just that they've released less than 3, it's that that's all they will ever release. Those bands are defunct now, and I don't think we'll be releasing anything ever again. So I chucked in a couple of extras because I know you're Aaron, you're all about discovering new bands, and we've talked quite a bit in the comments as well, and turned each other onto a few new bands already. So let me dive in. These are actually in reverse alphabetical order because that's just the way I stack them up, and when I realised that, I couldn't be bothered to even just switch them around, even though it's only 8 albums. So first band I have gone for is UK thrash metal band Toronaga. Uh, in the 80s, they released one album in 88, Bastard Ballads. In 1990, they followed that up with God's Gift. And then it was another 23 years before they released Righteous Retribution. They technically, I guess, are still going, but it's been 7 years since they released something. So I'm classing them as a 3 or less band at the moment. Next up, I have gone for, this is a more modern band. They released released 2 albums in 2015 and 2017, but last year they announced that they were now defunct, and they were no longer operating as a band. And this is a band I got turned on to by watching VC videos. This one was Rene Pulsman Metal from Spain. The 2 albums in question are Stereo Nasty by Nature from 2015. This is really, really good sort of new wave traditional heavy metal music, 80s sort of style music. Excellent album. Bands from Belfast, I think. They followed it up in 2017 with Twisting the Blade. Now, while this is still a good album, it does feel like the leftovers of the previous album. There's a couple of songs in here that when I listen to, I think have I put the wrong album on? But still, they're a good band. It's such a shame that we won't see anything else from Stereo Nasty. Third one is another UK thrash metal band that only released 2 albums. That is Slammer, and this is the work of Idle Hands from 1989. And they followed that up with Nightmare Scenario, which I think is a little better. I don't know, I'm going to play these again soon. I'm going to show my UK thrash collection at some point. I've been promising myself I will do that, so just trying to figure out whether I'm going to do that in multiple parts or just one big long ass video. So look out for that soon. But that's Slammer, Nightmare Scenario. Next one is another modern band I've picked. So these guys released their first album in 2017, but I think the lead singer left, and the rest of the band formed another band called Midnight Dice, and as a result Satan's Hallow is no more, and this is their self-titled album, Satan's Hallow, from 2017. This was my favourite album of 2017, so if you don't know this one, it's well worth checking out. Very difficult to find now on vinyl, I believe, but I'm sure you can find a copy out there somewhere if you really want to look. This was limited to 500 copies, but absolutely killer band. Check out Midnight Dice if you haven't either, because it's the guts of this band. And it wasn't actually the singer that left, because the singer is sorry, what's her name? Mandy Martillo, and she's also the singer in Midnight Dice. So who's it that left? So Steve Lethal Bodette is in the band. I can't remember who left. One of them left anyway, and yes, planning for these videos is everything, isn't it? Next band, this is the fifth one. This is a UK new wave of British heavy metal band, but they were touted as being the UK's answer to Van Halen, and they didn't really work out for them that way. And that's Helenback, who I believe are from Newcastle, but if you were from Liverpool, you'd call them Helenbach. But this is Now Hear This, their first album. This is a pretty good album. It's on Neat Records. And the follow-up was on Neat Records as well in 1984, and that's The Big H. And that was not so good. Good album, but not as good as the first one. But then they ceased to be. So only 2 albums from that band. A couple of one and dones next. First one, just like this cover, so I wanted to show it again. And this is Eviction and the World is Ours Away. This band is from Pittsburgh, I think. Oh, it says, yeah, Pittsburgh. Great thrash metal. Shame they only did 1 album, really. Actually, they did do I remember reading now, they did do their first release was a private release, so I've kind of classed this, maybe you can class this as they've done 2, but still less than 3. The private release came out in 88, and then this was on Metal Blade Records. Number 9, Swedish band. Early kind of glam metal, proto glam metal, Motley Crue-ish style metal. So this is 1983, before glam metal was really a thing, or certainly 80s glam metal was really a thing. Check those out. This is quite a good album. Very kind of thin production, but great to check on every now and then. And the last one I have for you, another band that only released 2 albums, I think, and this is a Norwegian band, and this is Arch. So here we have the UK pressing of Arch and their first album, Another Return, from 88. And here we have a US pressing. Can you spot the difference? I got this as VCLT from Scott Waters a while ago, but here you go, there's a difference. It's not one of them's got a plastic cover on. Same album, pretty much the same cover, different type. Same back covers too. And their second album came out in 1991, which is also really good, and that's a For the Sake of Mankind. Just have that one on CD. The vinyl for this one goes for silly money, but very happy to have got the CD. So there we go. That's my 8 bands who have released 3 or less albums as a contest entry for Aaron Mutha Alamer. Check out his channel. I'll leave a link below. If you've entered the contest, good luck in it, and some great prizes. Ends tomorrow, draw Monday, I think. So still a bit of time if you want to get one in. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you all later. Bye now.